Hi Gemini, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2022 love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic, and also keep in mind it's a general reading. So I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Six of Coins. So this is Taurus energy here. And usually that points to an energy of restoring balance, but what stands out to me with this card in particular in this deck is we see that snowy background, right? Oh, if I could get it to focus. There we go. Snowy background, which to me points back to the Five of Pentacles. And if we look at her facial expression, she doesn't look all that impressed, right? So for some of you, it's possible that there might have been conflict between the two of you in the past, and one of you tried to restore balance in the connection. I'm feeling like for the majority of you, might have been the other person who came forward to extend that offer. And this could be you guys who are feeling like, okay, I'm not sure if that was an offer that was good enough. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing primarily with the two of you. I don't see exactly what the conflict was, but it looks like there might have been some kind of issue in the past. And most likely they came forward to try to fix the situation, but you might not have been open to it at the time. Past energy on their side, we have the Knight of Chalices. So yeah, this is Pisces energy here, and to see this again kind of gives me a feeling that there was probably something before all this to where they may have come in to try to restore the balance, but whatever the situation was, it didn't look like you were necessarily on the same page with them. As far as that goes, you might have felt like the effort wasn't enough for whatever the issue was in the past that led to the separation. So that's what I'm primarily seeing with that. So it seems like somebody you have quite a bit of a history with. Present energy on your side, we have the Seven of Pentacles, so more Taurus energy here, and we have Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. So what I'm starting to feel with this is you might just feel like you have difficulty with trusting this person. Now, like we said, whatever led up to the situation we see here, there might be a very valid reason why you might have difficulty trusting them. But that's primarily what I'm seeing with this, because for you guys, Taurus energy is your 12th house. And to see the Seven of Pentacles here, you might just feel like you're not sure that you could trust their maturity level, I feel, primarily. That's the way it's coming across to me. But I feel like this is saying that even with that, you do still feel a strong attraction to this person, at the very least, because this is 8th house energy for you guys. And then we see that one heart there is red, and then the other one looks like it's almost grayed out, like an icy type tone to it. So I feel like you guys might go back and forth, right, from one day to the next. So it could be as simple as you might feel an attraction for them physically, but then you might wonder, as far as beyond the physical, if you could actually rely on them in some way. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Five of Wands. So this is actually Leo energy here, and usually this can point to an energy of competition. So for some of you, it could just be one of those things where maybe that's what they perceive, right? They might feel like, oh, okay, well, if Geminis are not open to my advances, maybe there's someone else in the picture, right? So they might even try to come forward to ask you about that directly, if there is someone else in the picture, because I don't necessarily feel like there is someone, but that's how I feel like they're viewing it, because I don't really see you dealing with anyone else so far in the energies here. And for some of you, this is actually a Leo energy too. So for some of you, at the time of recording this, we're basically just past that Leo full moon energy. So for some of you, this might have even happened during the Leo full moon. They might have come forward to ask you about this, given that that's in your 3rd house communication. All right. And future position on your side, we have illusion. So yeah, this is the moon energy. So I feel like this is saying you're still not quite sure if you could trust this person yet, right? So there could still be a bit of a draw there toward them, but you're just trying to figure out, okay, well, do we actually fit together, right? So that's primarily what I'm getting with that. And future energy on their side, we have the 10 of Chalices. So Pisces energy again there. Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. King of Pentacles. This is Taurus energy and the Wheel. So that's the equivalent to the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy. So quite a bit going on here in future position. The Ten of Chalices. To me, it looks like she's extending that fruit to the masculine figure, and it looks like he's not even really paying attention to it. It looks like he's walking off in the distance. So for some of you, this could just be saying that they might actually initially try to communicate with you, and if that doesn't seem to work, they might come forward a bit more straightforward. So, all right, this is going to sound weird, but I almost feel like this could be one of those things. The way this came across to me, just because of these two cards coming out in that order, could be one of those things where they might try to post like subliminal things on social media that are kind of meant for you, but they don't directly say it to you. And then if that fails, I feel like this is them coming in with something more direct. With the Knight of Pentacles energy, I don't know, it looks like some of you still might not be quite sure you can trust it. With the Wheel of Fortune, I will say, for the most part, the majority of you can. And then another way I can see this playing out, too, though, could just be saying that if they make this offer and you still seem like you're not really accepting it, that might just be them deciding to explore other options. But yeah, I will say that it looks like they're definitely going to put in an effort, and then it's just going to depend on how you receive that, where things go from there. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Queen of Arrows. So this is actually in Libra energy here. So yeah, for some of you, whatever the situation was, you might actually know full well that they would put in the effort. So I'd just be, the only thing I would say is be careful of taking that too far, right? Like if you feel like, okay, well, they screwed up in the past, so now I'm going to make them, work hard to get me back or something along those lines, right? Because, I mean, that could definitely be an energy that's taken too far. Like, I can understand initially you wanted someone to be like, all right, they really need to fix the situation they screwed up. But it looks like there is the possibility you could take that too far, and then they might just decide, well, I'm just going to explore my other options because they must have someone else in the picture or just not be interested. So that's what I see with that. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Judgment card. So, yeah, this definitely is another indicator that for me, the majority of you can have quite some history with this person. Some of you might even have a child together. But yeah, either way, it looks like there's definitely quite a bit of history here. This doesn't look like a brand new connection where last week you guys had some kind of argument or something. I feel like this goes quite a bit deeper than that for the majority of you. But yeah, this does look like them coming in with that energy to want to restore balance. And interestingly enough, beneath that, we do see the Six of Pentacles here as well, which we saw in the past position on your side. So yeah, for me, that kind of reiterates what I was feeling, which is for the majority of you, I feel like they tried to come in to restore balance. Just at the time, you might have felt like whatever effort they made then didn't align with what you felt they did wrong to begin with. Do you know what I mean? In the future, it looks like they're definitely going to put in more effort, but like I said, just be on the lookout for taking it too far as feeling like, oh, I want them to work for this or something like that. But we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from Rock of Moonlight deck. And I did pre-shuffle this deck, but what I'm going to be looking for here is just some jumpers. So first I'll be looking for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if nothing comes up after a while, I'll just put the deck down and pull a card that way, but we'll see what we get. Alright, that one doesn't want to go back in the deck. And next we'll see what we get from them to you. Almost have one there. And there we go. That's for them. So let's look at yours first. Okay, we have Memory. I miss you. So yeah, not the most groundbreaking message, but yeah, this is, to me, is another indicator in a way that the two of you probably have quite some history between the two of you. But just seeing that makes me think of what I was saying with the Two of Coins, where you might go back and forth, where you might feel that attraction sometimes, and then other times you're like, I don't know if this is really going to work out. So that makes sense. And then on their side, we have Obligations. It says, I want to get away from the burdens I have to deal with, but I'm stuck right now. So interesting. I don't know if maybe that's what was going on in the past, or maybe they had some situation that might have pulled them away from the connection, and then that could have been what was the prequel to what we're seeing here. If that's the case, I feel like the issue might have been that they might not have expressed that to you, so you might have just viewed it as okay, they just completely dipped out of you and didn't really let you know what was going on. Um, but other than that, I mean, it does look like they will be putting an effort in the near future. So I feel like for the majority of you, this is probably pointing more to a past situation that they were dealing with that might have pulled them away from the connection. But hopefully that resonated with you guys. And lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom Oracle deck now. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck as well, but here I'm just looking for one card with general advice to wrap up with. Oh, got one there already. Okay, so let's see what you got. Okay, we have Orphaned. There's the artwork, and the number is 5. So let's see what this says. Okay, it says a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. The Oracle's message: we were all meant to have connections with other people, with our families, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. So, interesting message there, because reading that made me think of the illusion energy in the future, but also even in the present with the 7 of coins, where I was saying, for some of you might just be wondering, okay, maybe the attraction is there, but you might have been doubting if they had the level of maturity that you were looking for or something along those lines. So that's the case. Hopefully that resonated. But let's see what the relationship message says. It says, as you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support, but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from this relationship because you are in a different stage of personal growth. Perhaps you are in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get to that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, as Spirit knows you and loves you, and will steer you in the direction of those who accept you as you are without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise yourself to belong. It won't be worth the price. So definitely an interesting message there as well, because like I said, we do see where that energy could have fit in. For some of you, it looks like this person will actually make the effort to step into that role. And like I said, though, to be fair, be careful about trying to push things too far if you feel like, oh, I feel like they should step up, right? So interesting messages there, but hopefully that resonated with you. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.